Hey everybody, Dave here. Hope you're having an awesome day. So, I am super excited about building this world of robots. I talked about that a little bit last week, but I really am going to pursue just a full year of building robots. Now, the robot that I'm working on this week, I wasn't able to get it done because it is so cold in Colorado. I can't paint my pieces. I don't have a spray booth, and I normally just spray paint anything outside. But even my garage is so cold, I think it got down to like -11 this week. I warmed up to 6. We got dumped on today with a bunch of snow. When I sprayed in the garage, the paint literally froze mid-air. I was like, oh no. So, anyways, I'm building these little droids that are like hover droids that are going to follow around, maybe go spy for Professor Malcolm. So, anyways, they're going to be little bad guys. Um, but that being said, what I'd like to do this week is I would love to just do a little recap of some of the robots that I've built over the last year or so. And stay tuned because I got a couple of fun robots that I think one of them I showed, it was like my third video. I didn't really show the entire build process because I wasn't, I was, actually, if you go back and look at the third video, it's like, yikes, it is rough. But anyways, that one, and then I have one other video that, or one other robot that's probably my favorite robot, and I did that. I did that before I even started my YouTube channel, and I think I have shown it one time on a little episode that I did called "My Favorite Toys and Why," but that was a really long time ago. So I'm guessing most of you have never seen it. So sit back, relax, and let's go talk about some of the robots that I built. Okay, just for fun, this is actually my studio or my desk that I do all of my builds on. And this right here is my camera mount that I shoot down. This is actually an old, just fluorescent lamp, desk lamp that died. So I salvaged the arm, and then I purchased a camera mount on Amazon, and I just rigged it up to work there. So my phone sits there, and I shoot down. So yeah, pretty low tech. You can see here I've got all my paints, I've got my glues, brushes. I've got a little green container over here that has all of my knives and sanding and so forth in it. So anyways, yeah, that's my desk, just in case you're wondering. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these robots. All right, this was a fun one because this is actually a chapstick container. And then these little legs are from Final Faction. And I wanted it to look like a little guy, a little worker just welding away. He's got his little welding tank here. He's connected to it. And it actually does light up. But I'm not going to bother because I just have one hand holding it right now. But I made this little wood box, and he's got just some like tools and parts in there. So this is a fun one, just a little worker guy. All right, this is another fun one. I built this one actually a while ago. Originally, he was just all blue, and that was the YouTube build. So if you go back and look at this one, it'll be a little bit different. But after I built him, he was sitting on my shelf for a while, and I thought, you know what? He's got these really long, lanky legs, and he looks more like a basketball player, like a nice little baller. So I went ahead and painted some tube stripe socks on there. Gave him a little basketball, and I think he's ready to hit the court. This one also lights up. This is kind of funny. When I built this one, I was like, I like to add little numbers, and sometimes I just have little meanings for whatever reason. So 3104 was the last digits of my phone number when I was a kid growing up. But after I did it, my daughter said, "What's the significance of whole?" I was like, oh boy. So yeah, this little basketball player, he's pretty sweet. This one was fun because it literally was just a green plastic box. And sometimes I just get something and I'm like, I want to challenge myself to see if I could build something out of it, even as simple as it is. I really like the legs. These are Final Faction legs, but I did add some little washers here to be like hip joints, and just these little handles, almost like it's some kind of crate that was turned into a robot. I love the simplicity of this one, and he's got such personality. Look at him, he's just like merp, merp, merp. But sometimes these little simple ones are the funnest builds for me. I'm not sure why. They're just, it's funny to see how you can turn something so simple into something pretty cool and bring some life to it. So that's the little square bot. This kind of fits in that exact same genre of like nice and simple. This is actually a Kinder egg, and a friend of mine went to Mexico and brought me back their little containers. This is a headphone speaker that was just scrap. The feet are actually some kind of Final Faction part, and then I don't know what the legs are, to be honest. Oh, I think they're just metal tubing that was cut, and then I got a little piece here. Little antennas. I love doing antennas. I love doing little eyes. Sometimes 1 or 2 eyes is just perfect for me. So this is a little Kinder Egg bot. He's small but mighty. This was a fun one because my wife has started saving containers for me, and she likes to get these eye drops from Japan. They have like menthol in them and or something like that, and I can't put them in my eyes. It hurts, but she loves it. But she gives me these little empty containers, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I remember this one, I actually put like a computer board inside of the container itself, so it just has this kind of robotic vibe. It's kind of funny, when I glued it, the glue kind of frosted the inside. Oops, I guess it's not glued down. It's just sitting on the base. It kind of frosted on the inside, but it gives it almost like this, it's been running and overheated or something. These again are Final Faction legs. I really like the Final Faction parts. I actually just went into my Dollar Tree and they don't have any of these robots anymore, so I maybe should have invested some more. But I got this little guy, and then just playing around with, this is actually just a lid from, I don't know what, pickles or something, but just painting the lid, weathering it, putting some little rivets, making it look like an old piece of metal. Pretty cool. You can do some simple stuff with a little bit of junk. I really like this one quite a bit. And the fun thing is again, one of my buddies at work, when they're recycling electronics, he's like, hey, do you want any of these electronic parts? This is some sort of charger. This is like some sort of European plug. Again, you can see those Final Faction legs. Really love those things. This middle part here, I believe this comes off. It's a magnet. I think this was part of a Green Lantern toy. Really like the diorama on this one. Sometimes I build out some dioramas. A lot of times I don't have time because I have a full-time job, and then I'm trying to produce these videos once every other week, and sometimes I'm lucky enough just to get a build out. But this one's a cool little diorama. This is a camera from an old Samsung phone. These little guns are Final Faction guns. So just pretty cool little decals here, just to add a little bit of extra something. He turned out cool. I like this one. Alright, I'll be totally honest, this was probably one of my weirder builds this year. This robotic Mario Piranha Plant. And it was just a silly idea I had. I don't know why. Like, one day I was like, I wonder what it would be like if there was like this little mini Mario and he's like controlling this plant, like stomping through the fields, and he took control of it. Yeah, I don't know why. But it was a fun challenge because I've never really done anything like this before. These, I can't remember what these are, to be totally honest with you. They look like some sort of capsule. Oh man, I don't remember. You'll have to go watch the video to see what I did for these. I know these are chopsticks that I sharpened in the pencil sharpener. I don't remember what this is. This is, I found this chess set at a yard sale, and so I was able to use that. Same with this gold coin. This was from a little mystery box, and then this is a little just foam wall that I carved out. But yeah, this was a fun build. The Mario robot. Okay, I'll throw this in really quick. If you saw last week's build, or 2 weeks ago, Professor Malcolm, and I did have some people comment, and I'm not going to disagree with them, that, you know, they were like, oh, this is too tall, or they would have trimmed it down. Or the one thing is this does taper, and so if I would have trimmed it down, it really wouldn't have fit that well on here. And to be honest, it was kind of funny to me because he already has a capsule on his head, a helmet, and then he's got another helmet. So I don't know. It's kind of humorous to me, and sometimes I'm okay with humor. I think it's funny. Somebody mentioned maybe I should have painted the treads black. Yep, can't disagree. I totally agree. I could have done that. I could go back and do that. Some people mentioned like it could have been more fun and colorful. Yeah, sure. But I also like just the simplicity of like more mechanical. And this guy, he's not that big into fashion. He doesn't care that much about color. So, anyways, that's Professor Malcolm, and that's what I'm going to build this world around. Let's see. I'm going to do a couple vehicles now. All right, this is another one. I really like this one. Eye drop bottle again. And I think this one actually started with this pilot. It was a model kit that I had, and I thought this would be really fun to build this little cockpit kind of thing. And this clear bottle worked out really nice, just masking the bottom part off. Got some drone wings, I believe. A little Gundam part in the back there. And again, this is a really simple build. For whatever reason, this one hit really well on YouTube. I have like 280,000 views on this one. It was kind of surprising, but I was pleased, of course. And the paint scheme is really simple, not too much in it, but just a really fun idea. So yeah, I like that one. This one is a little collaboration I did with Kill Cutter. He's a toy photographer, and we wanted to do a little Star Wars scene with Greedo, so I kind of did it in Greedo's colors. And this is essentially some kind of hover drone that would accompany Greedo. Got some weapons, and maybe it does some communication back to base on things that he's seeing or encountering. He did a really cool kind of desert scene, and when I got this thing back, after he shot the photos and shipped it back to me, I don't remember why, but I felt inclined to make it into a snow scene. Alright, this was a fun one because I really love the Mandalorian. I love speeder bikes from Star Wars, and so this had a really kind of cool speeder bike feel. This was a fun one because I was able to get some cool, like, grungy rust in there, some weathering. It just has this gritty feel to it. This was a cannon from a Star Wars toy. I think these are some pieces from some kind of Star Wars toy. I have a little G.I. Joe on there just to show off how he sits, but yeah, this one was cool. I love these little speeder bikes. I love these little wires, how they wrap around. This was a fun one. Alright, I think this is the last vehicle I'm going to show. I have more, but I just didn't want to show everything. But this was fun because this was a container that held like a little squish ball. And so there was a hole in here so you could actually poke it and squish it. So I actually did another type of capsule, and I sprayed from the inside, and I got this really cool gloss on the front here. These are just wings from a model airplane, and this is kind of fun. This back piece right here is from a Keurig coffee pod thing, and I ripped it apart, and this little filter's inside, and man, that's a beautiful little piece. So this is a super simple build. It's just a couple decals, a little bit of color, and yeah, this was a good one. I like this one too. Alright, that's the last of the vehicles. Let's do a couple more robots, and then I want to show you two of my favorite robots that I did a really long time ago. Alright, this was a really fun one as well. I just love the I do a lot of green military, but the rust and all this on here, it's just so fun. This one's funny. If you have watched this video, and if you go back and watch, you'll notice that it has a whole different hand. I actually loaned this to a buddy of mine. We were working on a project, and we were actually building out the construction of a hand for one of our other robot projects from 1M Robots, and his dog ate this whole arm here. In fact, you can see the teeth marks right here, and so I had to redo this whole hand, repaint everything, and so this is kind of a reconstruction, but I'm going to give the dog a break because Charlie's really cute. So got some cool weapons, some cool decals, spin it around. This one actually also has an LED light. Again, I just have one hand right now, so you'll just have to trust me, or go back and watch the video. I actually show how I install the LED in there. But yeah, this one's pretty sweet build. Alright, this is one of my just kind of I was in a weird mood and wanted to do something silly. It's kind of like my business bot, you know. I work a full-time, you know, 8 to 5 grind, and you know, sometimes it's like, well, gotta just do what you gotta do. And I don't wear a tie to work, but and I don't carry a briefcase, but I thought it was funny. This is actually I think it's a hairspray can and a certs container. This also has LEDs in there. This was a fun build because I made some custom hands with some beads. I've never really done a lot of bead bot kind of things, but Bill making stuff has some great little tips and tricks on how to do stuff with beads. And then a simple little diorama, just kind of the world falling apart under his feet. I like this guy. All right, not that it was designed this way, but this guy could actually be this guy's son, maybe. He's like the rebel son. This is a small, like, Tester's spray paint can, a little capsule, like a toy capsule from a gumball machine. This one made some really simple elbow joints. Yeah, these are all magnetic here. This one also lights up. These are little Lego, clear Legos, so when they turn on, they kind of disperse the light a little bit. But let's see, I put a couple little pieces of graffiti on him, just some rust. Yeah, he's pretty sweet. I like him. The rebel son. Okay, let me go grab my last two that I built a long time ago. All right, here he is. This thing is pretty cool. Now, the story behind this is my nephew from Japan, at the time he was probably like 14, he came to visit for us for an entire summer, and my wife was like, you've got to do something with Ibuki just so he doesn't get bored. And I was like, okay. So I literally just laid out a whole bunch of parts on our table. Again, this has been so long ago, I don't even know what is what, to be totally honest with you. I think there's a power supply in here. I think this in here is a car plug. I think these are part of a mouse that you would like click, the left and right click. These wheels, somebody was throwing away like a robot vacuum. What are those things called? The Roomba, like a Roomba type vacuum. So those wheels are from that. And this is actually how he stands. He's standing on these wheels. This one is like super delicate because I didn't know what types of glue to use. So this one is something that if you touch it, like sometimes parts will just fall off and then I just re-glue them back on. But I think these are some kind of controllers for a Bluetooth speaker. There's the rest of the mouse. I don't know, I put like a little axe on there. You can see headphone speakers, guns from some kind of toy. But yeah, this was one of my first ones, and I don't even remember what the arms are from, to be totally honest. If anybody recognizes these arms, it's from one of those like 12-inch really stiff toys, but I don't know. Ooh, there's a little bit of articulation there. Yeah, so this again was one of my very first builds, so if you want to make fun of me, I think it's my third video posted at the very, very bottom of my video list. So, enjoy! Alright, last but not least, WallE is one of my favorite characters. I really love him. And I found both of these components at the thrift store. This was a blank white Star Wars helmet, minus the WallE eyes. So I actually, let's see here if you can see it. You can kind of see it. I cut the head in half and I opened it up and I dremeled out the eyes and I salvaged the original WallE eyes and I loaded those in there. Saved the original WallE wires and put them there. And repainted it and weathered it all up to kind of tie it together. And it's so dumb. But I love it. Watch this. Now, I think somewhere in here, where is it? What? Oh, there it is. Now you can hear it clicking a little bit because the weight of the helmet I think is probably a little too much, but I love it. All right, I hope you enjoyed that kind of retrospective. And I know a couple of people have asked, like, oh, you're Dr. Toys, like, you don't have to just stick to robots, and I totally get that. But I feel like my YouTube channel is a little bit stagnant. I'm so thankful for my viewers and the people that comment, and I have so many people that constantly are giving me great feedback, and I love it. I really do. But I want to grow it bigger, and I feel like my channel is kind of all over the place. I build so many different things, and YouTube is not friendly to that kind of stuff. It doesn't like that. The algorithm says, like, we don't know who to share this with. So I thought if I focus on just robots and still give it my Dr. Toys touch, maybe I can kind of hit that algorithm where I can reach more people. And so I put a lot of time into my builds, and I just want to reach more people and share my excitement and my joy of building. And I want other people to go out and make cool stuff. It's so easy and so fun. So anyways, that's why I'm doing this. If you're not subscribed and you're like, oh, hey, I'll help him out, I would love it if you subscribed. I try not to do the like and subscribe and ring the bell and all that stuff just because it's kind of annoying, but I know it does help. So let me know in the comments which one of these robots you liked the best. And yeah, as always, it's a great day to be a toy nerd. Go make something awesome. See you later.